Afternoon, guys. It's Friday. Welcome to the Southern Fried Tea, our third. Oh my gosh, this is our third show, guys. I can't believe we've done 3 shows. Wow, what a trip it's been already. I mean, the feedback on it is so incredible, and the guests that I've had, oh my gosh. Speaking of guests, make sure you shout out a prayer for Dawn today because she had her thyroid removed. I know we talked about it last week, and what a great segment that was on thyroid care and kind of like detection and things. So anyway, keep her in your prayers, guys. But this week has been a week. It seems like every week this year has been a week. But I have to tell you, I have had such a great week. And even though the circumstances weren't so great this week, I've had such a great week because I've had such peace and serenity in my life. And it's only God because, guys, you know what someone talked about last night in recovery is that there's always going to be stuff go around in the world, right? There's always going to be situations that are going to happen. It's just the way that we learn how to react to them and maybe just like give them to God, like not to react, not to stress, not to worry, and just know that he's in charge because he breathed, he spoke the entire existence into being. Like, he created the world that way. So he can control, he can pay your rent, okay? He can make sure you get a job. He can make sure, he can do all those things, guys. He's got it. He don't need no help. He's God. So anyway, that's just something that really touched me this week because I had some things kind of crazy go on but I had such peace about everything. And it was so amazing. I mean, it was just like this super calm, like I was at a spa, you know, and it was great. And so I wanted to also say that today I have a very special guest. Actually, I have very special guests every week, but this is one of my reasons for being, okay, one of them. Because God called me to adoption about 8 years ago, and that's one of my passions is kids from hard places and adoption. And that's one of the reasons I started this show is to create a platform to raise awareness for kids that need help. And with everything that's in the news today and so many kids that need parents, so many kids that need care, so many kids that are abused and neglected, I wanted to bring on Chloe because she's off today and she's my superstar girl. That's Miss Chloe Chivas. Chloe, can you say hello?
Hello.
Okay, so she is my special guest, and she loves to be on TV, and she's just be asking me, Mommy, can I be on your show? So today she was off. They're off today and Monday, so she wanted to be on my show. So I was going to ask her a couple questions, because you know what? We talk about adoption as adults. Oh, well, kids are affected this way, and this is how they feel. But do we ever ask the kids? I mean, seriously, do we?
No.
Okay. So, Chloe, I'm going to ask you, what did you think about being adopted?
I thought, I was pretty shy.
You were? Why were you shy?
Because, well, I forgot that y'all visited me and whatever that place was called.
Casa de Esperanza in Houston.
Yeah, because I felt like I didn't know you.
Well, you didn't know me. Was it scary, kind of? It was? So, what would you say, how do you feel now about adoption?
I feel better because, I've been around y'all for a very long time.
Yes, and what's good about it?
What's good about it is that I have a better family.
You do? You have some...
And it's bigger.
Oh, it's bigger? A bigger family? Oh, okay. And you have a brother. A big brother.
Yes, I only had baby brothers.
Oh, and now you have a big brother too? Okay. And do people ask you about, are you adopted? How do you feel about that when people ask you?
I feel okay.
You do? You do?
Because they're my friends.
Oh, and what do
and
you
if
tell
they
them?
were strangers, they wouldn't ask me anything.
Oh, really? So what do you tell them when they ask you that?
I told them, Yeah, I say yes
You do?
because I have to tell the truth.
Oh, always tell the truth. For sure, always tell the truth. Now, I will tell you this. You saved me.
How? You say that to me every day.
You saved me, Chloe Chippis.
And
I
you
never
saved
thought I would
me.
have a daughter. And everyone talks about, oh, they're so great. They adopted. They're just so. Give me a break, okay? This child has brought me more joy and happiness than I could ever even experience or even think about experiencing. So she's also a fashionista. So she brought some of her pictures that she put together, and she was just going to talk about them a little bit. But we'll do that in our shopping segment. We'll do that after our shopping segment. But anyway, we have a great show today, girls. And I just hope you tune in. I hope you have a good time. I hope you learn something. I hope you kind of can go, wait a minute, I feel like that. Yeah, we all feel like that. We just don't talk about it sometimes. So it's so important to talk about mental health. It's so important not to isolate. We all go through stuff. Ain't nobody perfect. And if they act like they are, you definitely know they aren't because they're trying to hide something. But my first segment is with Miss Carrie Scott, counseling.com. She's one of my friends, but she's also a licensed therapist and counselor. And we talked a little bit about worry and stress. I know we opened with that last week. And so I wanted to go to the source and get a clinical point of view. So here's my first segment for Home Sweet Home this week. Hey guys, I am here with my friend but professional therapist, Carrie Scott Counseling. It's CarrieScottCounseling.com in Rockwall. And I know we talked a little bit last week about worry and anxiety. And so I was going to come to a true professional and ask her about it just from a clinical point of view, because I was talking about a biblical point of view, but I would love her take on, because as mothers, Carrie, and welcome. We're so excited to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
We both have children the same age.
Yeah.
Son's on the basketball team. So,
Yes.
and we're both professionals and have our own business.
Yes.
And so, as a mom, even just taking your counseling hat off, as a mom, you have to balance with your kids, your husband, your work,
And self.
and self, right?
Yes.
We can't leave self out of it, guys. Self-care is so important, right?
Right.
So tell me, why do we worry, and what are the effects that they have on us
So,
as mothers and women?
oh, absolutely. And I think as being a parent, it's just natural for us to have that fear, and our brains kind of go to that worst case scenario. If something's wrong with our children, it's not unusual at all as moms of like, oh my gosh, they're in a ditch somewhere, or
Right.
something horrible's happening to them.
Worst case scenario 101.
That's right. And so I think if you ask any mom, we're gonna, oftentimes we think that way or feel that way
Yes.
because our biggest fear is that, something horrific will happen to our children. And
Right.
because it is our number one job to keep them safe.
Absolutely.
So I think that's something that creates a shift in our bodies when we have such a huge responsibility of taking care of our kids.
Right.
But aside from that, feelings of anxiety, and really at the root of it, you had mentioned worry, it comes down to fear. So fear is a very basic emotion that develops very early in life. And when we feel anxiety, it's because we are worried or fearful of the outcomes of something that happened in the past, or we are worried or fearful of something that happens in the future. It's not in the present, because if we do a check within ourselves, we can say, hey, right here, right now, everything's okay.
Right.
But we're multitasking so much just in our general culture today that it's not just being a mom, it's not just being an entrepreneur, it's not
Right.
just having a husband or a wife for that matter.
Right.
It's all of these hats that we have to wear, and it's a lot of responsibility.
Right. That is so good what I think that you said about if you really look at just going now, maybe in the past this happened, but
Yes.
to project what happened in the past onto what might happen in the future creates that anxiety and worry.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, does it change anything in our lives? No, it just affects us adversely.
Well, it does change something, actually.
What does it change?
So
it doesn't change the outcome of anything.
it does not change the outcome, putting that fear or worry into our systems. But what
Right.
happens within our bodies is we now know without argument is that chemicals get released in our brain. So
Right.
when we feel an overwhelming sense of fear, we kind of get an adrenaline rush. I don't know if you've ever had something so
Yes.
shocking happen to you where you get sick and you kind of feel nauseous.
Yes.
So that's because our body's actually releasing chemicals in our bodies to be able to take care of whatever the incident is. It's
Is that
fight
called
or flight.
fight or flight? Because that's what Isaiah had when I got him.
Absolutely.
He stayed in that because he came from an abused and neglected home. So
Yes.
he was constantly in fight or flight, which really can mess you up, right?
Well, it does in the sense that we begin to have digestive problems. We
Okay.
begin to have blood pressure problems.
Oh my gosh.
Our heart rate stays up a lot, which is very stressful on our whole nervous system.
Yeah.
And so the impact that it has or what it changes are pretty negative if we don't manage it and we don't find balance in it.
So what are 3 things that can manage stress and worry as a mother that you would suggest to your clients at CarrieScottCounseling.com?
Well, I think first and foremost, what I always check out when somebody comes in wanting to know about, hey, I'm overwhelmed with all this anxiety, is where is your self-care and where is your relationship with yourself?
I love that.
Because first I need to know what's working for you, what have you already done, so we can get to, okay, what is it that we can try out?
Okay.
Nothing that's a healthy coping strategy is going to be a quick fix in most cases.
Did you hear that, guys? It's not quick.
It's not going to be quick.
But it starts with, how can I take care of myself today so I can take care of everyone else?
Absolutely. And we take on so much. I would say oftentimes too, we just have a poor sense of boundaries, of being able to accept our limits with love and grace, and being able to give ourselves love and grace to say, you know what, I can't do everything and that's okay. I can ask for help. Sometimes I need help, and that doesn't mean that we're a failure or that we're not doing a good job. In fact, we're just being healthy and being able to own where we are at that time and what our needs are.
Wow, so boundaries. We're talking a lot about that in recovery right now.
Yes.
Because someone being a recovering codependent, I had no boundaries, you
Yeah.
know, and not only for myself, but for others.
Yes.
So it's really important to have boundaries. It's okay to say no. You can't do carpool for your best friend every single day. Like,
can't.
no, I'm sorry, I love you, but no. Or, you know, I mean, just saying no is actually a really healthy thing,
Absolutely.
right? Because we want what's best, not what's just good.
Well, and think of it this way. Whenever you go on a flight and we get the demonstration at the beginning of how to use your oxygen mask in the event that something were to happen, they always tell you that it's so important for you to put the mask on yourself first.
I
And-
love that.
Absolutely. So that way, if you're able to breathe, then you can then help others. But first, you have to put the mask on yourself. And so I kind of use that analogy to kind of give perspective on why that's so important.
So your self-care, boundaries,
Yes.
and what else?
So the other thing would be to, and I lost a little bit of sight what your question was.
What are 3 things that could really, that help
Yeah.
curb
For
and help?
the anxiety. Okay.
Yes.
So the self-care, the boundaries, and I would say, you have to find what works for you, but there is tons of research that finds meditation is really helpful.
I love that. Meditation or praying, right? Or the same
Yes.
thing? Kind of
Well, they're a little bit separate, but actually meditation works great if you have a spiritual, a religious background that you want to go to. You can pull that into your meditative process, doing some
Wow.
visualization exercises. A lot of people get frustrated when they say, well, breathing, everybody knows when you breathe. Well, breathing doesn't work if you're in the middle of an anxiety attack. So I'll be the first to say, yeah, breathing is not going to do anything
I've
for
tried
you.
that. I've tried that when I'm like,
You're going to
and
cause
it-
yourself to hyperventilate.
yeah, it didn't help.
No, it's not going to when you're in the midst of an attack.
Okay.
But if you can be really mindful of your breathing when you're not in that overwhelm, then it helps overall. So it's a
Okay.
practice, and
Okay.
it's something that has to be consistent. So you can't just wait until you're, at a 10 with your anxiety levels,
Right.
and then try to implement some of these strategies. You have to be able to improve your self-awareness to know, okay, whenever I start getting this feeling, or whenever my thoughts start going to this place, then that's kind of a cue or a sign to say, oh, my anxiety is amping up.
Right.
I need to do something. I need to intervene then, not wait until like I'm completely out of control.
Right.
Because at that point, you're just going to have to ride through it.
And then and then got it
Yeah.
on this other side of it. From
Yeah.
what they have told me in recovery too, is just like meditation, prayer before anything, which it sets your mind straight.
It's a daily practice.
So then we react differently.
Absolutely.
so then we don't get in the foxhole kind of thing and try to do the foxhole meditation or the foxhole prayer, right? Those are such great things, guys. So remember those things when you're worrying and you have anxiety, that you need to, first of all, what do I need to take care of myself right now? What do I need to say no to? What are the boundaries? Or am I feeling like someone's pushing in on my boundaries and asking me to do things that I really don't want to do? And it's like, I can't do anymore. And then number 3, meditating or prayer at the beginning of your day or before you go into a situation that you might think it has been stressful in the past, or you might perceive it to be, oh, this might be a little stressful. I might need to pray or meditate or do some visualization. So thank you so much, Carrie Scott.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, I have the coolest friends ever, guys. I mean, seriously, like really. And so if you want more about counseling, go to Carrie Scott counseling.com. She's in Rockwall. She's amazing though. And anyway, stay tuned for our next segment. Wasn't that great, guys? She had such good advice for us, you know? I mean, I love all of her advice, and we're actually gonna do a series on depression. Not that any of you have ever been depressed, or nor have I. But just in case someone's been depressed, we're gonna do a whole series on depression with Miss Carrie Scott. And so anyway, we're here for our shopping segment for the Southern Fried Tea, and I have some new items that I want to talk all about them because they're so cool. And Chloe and I are we're fashionistas, aren't we, Chloe? She's fixing her hair right now.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we'll bring up our first item, which is, that's me. Hello. That's the Barcelona skirt set, guys. And it's so comfortable. You can do it off the shoulder or you can do it on. You can pull it down or up. And it has the ruching at the middle, which makes everyone looks skinnier than they are. And then it has the ruching at the skirt. It's super comfortable, and it is $48 for the whole set. $48 for that whole set. And guess what? I'm not a size 2. Hello. And it looks cute, and it's great for spring and summer. Chloe, what's your take on that?
Spring?
No, on the Barcelona skirt
I
set.
love it.
What do you love about it?
Like, I saw flowers on it.
Uh-huh.
Flowers are my favorite plant.
Oh, I like that. Okay, next up.
Any type.
Now, these are my favorite. My pom-pom earrings. And for those guys, they're $28. I have them in the pink and I have them in the black. And so they're two different kinds. And they're just like I said, the party on your ears. There's the black. So you could do either, or you could do both, because they're really, really inexpensive. And they're actually, you know, big earrings, they're really, really comfortable. They're not heavy on your ears. Are they, Chloe? You felt them before.
Yeah, I felt them before. My ears are pierced.
Oh.
And they're not too heavy. But I have had heavy earrings on.
And they hurt your ears?
Very bad.
Yeah, we don't like heavy earrings. Okay, our next item, guys, up is my yellow dress. This is called the lemonade dress. We make lemonade out of lemons, you know, as per Beyonce. So this is my lemonade dress. It is so comfortable and it's real lightweight. It actually has like a little skirt underneath it, like a slip. But it is a little peekaboo, a little sexy, but also like you could wear it to like a luncheon, you know? So it's really cute, real lightweight, and it's actually $38. I mean, hello, you know, that's like the best price ever, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Do you like the color yellow? Do you think it's a good color this year for summer?
You're wearing it.
Yeah, this is more mustard yellow, but do you think that yellow's a good trend? Mm-hmm. You do? Okay. Okay, our next item is... Let's see which one. Oh, this is new. I love this. I call this the little black romper. You know, like you have the little black dress. Well, this is the little black romper, and you can wear it 3 different sleeve types, just like that. It's cut up on the side, and it's just kind of like you just throw it on. It's a one-all. I love rompers, and the romper, it's only $48, and it's real lightweight. I love the back. But see how it's cut up, and you can wear like some espadrilles or things like that. But it's a great like on the go kind of throw on for a girl's luncheon, or to go out with your man, put on heels, or wear it on vacation and put your sandals on. So you can wear it so many different ways. So I love that. Do you like that? The romper? Do you like the color black, or do you like color?
You're wearing black. How could I not like it?
Oh, I love it. Okay.
He also has black shoes on with a pom-pom.
Yes, I do.
And a black skirt. And leggings.
Yes. Okay, our next item is, oh, I love this dress. This is so beautiful. This is called the English Garden dress, and it's a drop waist, which is just so cool. So it's kind of like a shirt dress, but it's so beautiful. I'm all about color, guys. I'm sorry. I love color. And that dress is $79. It's a little bit more, but you get a little bit more dress. Perfect for anything for spring. But it's like, you know, it's all the Gucci that's going on, is all those colors and like excitement going on, all the mixed prints. And this is what this dress is. So really cute. You got to get that one. What's my next one? Oh, gosh. What do you think about this, Chloe?
I love it.
This is called the contemporary dress, and this dress is only $79. I mean, it looks amazing. It looks kind of like Zach Posen or something. I mean, it's beautiful, and it's super chic, and like you can wear it to an event, very red carpet or cocktail. But you know, you would feel like Gwyneth Paltrow, like walking in a room with this dress on, and it's that shiny, nice satin material. So you guys got to look at that. I'm excited about that dress. What do we have next? That's it. That's it. Those are my new items, guys. So make sure you go to, and I'll show you, the southernfriedtea.com, and you can go and buy whatever. It also actually helps with what I'm trying to do, which is start kind of a nonprofit for kids from hard places, inspired by Chloe and Isaiah. So make sure you do your shopping. Make sure you share the website and go there. And then also give me your feedback. I love to know, like, oh, Jeanette, we need this. Would you offer this? Then I'll look at that. But one other thing, Chloe has her fashion, and she wants to kind of give you her inspiration. So this is fashion by Chloe. Go ahead, Chloe.
So this one is Shilana.
Oh, Shilana. Oh, I love that name. Okay, and why did you put it? What is her inspiration?
That she has these heavy earrings, and she doesn't like it. That's why her mouth is closed and she's not smiling.
Oh, she doesn't like it. Okay.
And this one's smiling.
Who's that?
Oh, this one's Serena.
Serena. Oh, okay.
And she's smiling because, well, she doesn't have any earrings at all.
Oh, but I love her necklace. What kind of necklace is that? That's really cool.
It's a very shiny one.
Uh-huh.
And it's golden, just like her earrings.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And this one is Shigana.
Shigana. Oh, I like Shigana. Look how pretty her hair is. Now, why did you put that necklace on her?
Because I thought it looked really pretty.
You like to do like color on color, like yellow and yellow? Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay. Oh, we're just switching something up here. Okay, who's this?
This one is Shiguna.
Shiguna. Where does Shiguna live?
She lives with me.
Oh, she does? Now, Shiguna looks a little groovy. Like she's got her sunglasses on. She's got her star necklace on.
Yeah,
What's
she's
her
going
story?
to go to the beach.
Oh, she's going to the beach. That's a perfect beach wear. I love that. Okay, and our last one?
This is Shiluna.
Oh, Shaluna. Now, where does Shaluna live?
She lives in the boats in the sunset.
And oh, wait a minute. Shaluna looks like you. She has her bow in her hair like you. What's up with the bow trend? Is that hot right now for 7-year-olds? Huh?
Yeah, in our school.
Oh, it is?
This is just, the white stuff right here is just a clip.
Oh, it's just a clip. Okay, so we were talking about last night. What are some trends that's going on at your elementary school? Like, what do girls like to wear? Tell everybody.
Like, they have, like, shoes that have little heels.
Oh, like wedges? Okay. And what about...
I have them, too.
What kind of pants do they like? Like big flared legs or skinny jeans or what?
Skinny jeans like me.
Oh.
I'm wearing them right now.
Oh, why do you like skinny jeans?
Because they feel good.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it for our shopping segment. Thank you guys so much for joining. And next up is... Dear Leah. Okay, go sit down. So guys, yeah, you can go to the website, look at everything. It's super cool, and we're gonna have all kinds of different things up. So I cannot wait until I see Leah. She's been gone too long. She has been gone too long.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
Sending you clips from Fashion Week and not actually being there. That was.
But I felt like I was there because
Did
you did such an awesome job
Thank
of like
you.
taking us behind the scenes into the real rawness of New York and really how it is.
And it snowed a couple days ago, so I wasn't trying to be cute. I actually
Oh my
had snow
gosh.
boots on,
scared for her.
slushing through the snow.
Yes.
Going to the shows, and I was not trying to be cute. I wanted to be functional.
So what did you bring back from New York with you?
You know me, I love to scout out indie brands. So I don't like, going to the shows and doing things and where all the brands that you already know. So this first one is Love My Jewelry.
Oh.
And he only makes jewelry when he's inspired by poems. So each piece, so this necklace, he wrote a poem for the woman, and it's a little tangled. But this is something that he gave to me.
Oh my
And then-
gosh. Love me. To love and be loved is what I
Yes.
yearn for in my heart, from my family, relatives, and friends miles apart. The warmth their love brings holds me together, giving me life meaning, transforming my world forever. Every day, henceforth, I'll go wherever my heart takes me, living in the moment, loving freely.
Yes.
He writes those.
He writes those, then he designs the jewelry. So then he gave me the necklace that was inspired by that poem. And as you can see, it's super adjustable. So you can make it a choker,
Yeah.
or you can make it into, a longer necklace. So that was really cool. Met them. Awesome. And then again, fun pieces. This is my new backpack.
Oh, I love it. It's like white leather.
Yes. How cute.
That
I
is
love
so
the colors.
cool.
And then on the inside, I'm a pink girl, so the reason I got it is because
Oh my gosh, it's like velvet.
it's like velvet. Yes.
It is velvet, actually.
So this brand is DC, but again, indie.
Look how cool this is. They have the back, the DC on there, the stamp on there. That's
Yeah,
cool
in
too. I love that
leather.
leather like stamp.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
So just finding fun, unique things that don't have to be name brand.
Yes.
So that's what kind of got everything going for me at Fashion Week.
Yeah.
And it just got me to thinking about bringing all the fun back into fashion and clothes. And I feel
Please,
like
God.
we've gotten away from that.
Oh, we totally. Patricia Fields did that with Sex and the City. She got a whole rebirth because before that, I don't know if y'all remember, but it was total minimalist. And then Patricia Fields, it was the stylist for Sex and the City,
Yes.
started a fashion off crazy. Now, you know me, I'm so minimal. Just kidding. No, I like big,
Me
crazy.
too, I know.
I know.
We've got our exaggerated sleeves on today.
Exactly.
And then you guys are going to see some clips from New York Fashion Week. There was a really cool show. Leaf Gia, I think is how you say her name. And she
Oh.
did a collaboration with Hello Kitty. So you guys are seeing some of her designs. And yeah, it's a little wacky and crazy, but it was fun. It's like, yes, it's snowing outside. Let me mix these snow boots with this cocktail dress with, everything else. And let's just
And
have
just
fun
rock it.
with it.
Yeah, just totally.
And here's the end where they were like making it rain
Oh,
with like these
my gosh.
things you would find at the dollar store in the kids section, and ice cream and hearts on skirts, and mixing it with big billowy jackets and hoodies, and it was just fun. It made me realize, why do we make fashion so
Serious.
Serious.
And it's so anime too. It's so
It's-
inspired by
oh my
anime.
gosh.
You could tell, but that's kind of the world we live in right now. And I mean, why not have fun with it?
have fun?
I like that they had the down coats, the big
Yeah.
fluffy down coats. That
Yes.
Take me back to the 90s.
I know, right?
Take
TLC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except we're not going to be wearing big whats on our pants and moving over it. But because I want to talk about bringing the fun back into fashion, Dear Leah today is just based off of all the times that I have women that tell me, I don't think I can wear this or that, or I like this celebrity and I don't know how to make this work for me. So I have Kiana Deshay.
Thank
of
you.
The House of Deshay here with us today.
Yes. Thank you. I'm such a fan. I love her prints and her.
this is
I love it.
Her stuff.
She's so over the top, and I mean,
Yeah,
not
I'm
over the top.
dramatic with my clothes.
Look how gorgeous.
Oh, look at my cute self.
Yes, look at that. Look at that.
So Kiana, I feel like she's a gem here in Dallas because you do exactly what I'm talking about. You're very indie, but you bring the fun, the prints, the colors, the patterns back into our fashion world.
Yes, my favorite is the person who don't like or don't like their image or don't like certain things about themselves, because I highlight it and show you how to love it.
Oh, I love
so
that.
That's like, I get excited. Like Lil comes in all the time. I don't like this. I'm like, get in here, try this on. I'm gonna make you like it. And she loves it. And you can tell when she's out, she's taking her photos, getting compliments. You can tell that her confidence level has just exuded out of her body.
Yeah, she works magic. I'll go in there.
Thank you.
Okay, I have an event.
like
Da 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 da. And she's like, "Here, you're gonna wear this." And I flip the tag over. This is a medium. Don't you see what the good Lord blessed me with? This ain't going into a medium. And she's like, "You're gonna try it on and love it." And then it works.
I use force with her, but with my normal clientele, I'm not as forceful. I warm you into it, but yeah, it's very exciting for me, and I really love what I do.
Yeah, well, and you can tell because it exudes in your in your line and in your designs.
Thank you.
Because just looking at your designs makes you happy. I mean, it's like, how can you be in a bad mood? You know?
Yeah, I love
this was from your fashion show that was this past year.
Yeah, that we benefited the Mario Fennell ALS Foundation, and we did a fashion show to kind of give awareness to ALS, as well as to highlight my mobile app that had just came out, and the prints and the color in that show was amazing. Camo was like really big now like steak prints and leopard prints are coming back in trend. So that's what we're focusing on now, but that was an amazing show.
Oh, that's so cool. I love
my
it.
next show, you got to come.
Oh, no, I will. I nearly tried to make it to that one, or one Leah had
I think so.
Yeah, but it's just, 2 kids at night.
Trust me, I know.
And we have to have Chloe as like the closeout.
Yeah, Chloe can close out.
We're bringing the fun back into fashion, so Chloe has to close the show.
Chloe is
Lord.
so amazing.
That's a big deal.
I don't know if her head can handle that.
She can handle it.
Okay,
No, she
Kiana.
can.
So you style some of the Real Housewives, and you work with my dear friend Cynthia Smoot.
Yes.
So all of your African prints and all the colors and all those things are really catching on. You even sent Kara, who's over Austin Fashion Week, some pieces, and she turned it out. So what's your key to really breaking into,
my key is the bolder the better.
Okay.
And if I'm gonna attack your fears, if you tell me the first, you are your worst enemy. You are your own worst enemy. So if you're telling me, oh, I don't like print, I'm putting you in print, and you're gonna love it. That's my key. I take what I feel like you are nervous about and show you how God gave it to you, and we gonna highlight it. And I use prints, I use colors, I use tailors, I use anything that's gonna make you feel comfortable within your own skin.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
That works across the board. Like with Cynthia, I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
With Cynthia, but after meeting her and styling her a couple of times, I was, no problem. Like I love her to death, and she's a home run every time.
Well, I think it's great, like with Cynthia, because Cynthia is normally she's more conservative, and to have someone like her, and she has such a great voice and such a great audience in Dallas, and for you to dress her, it's such a great I don't know, it's a great marriage of like branding and things like that, because that's and of course Leah.
Yes.
I have to say.
It is so funny because Leah can wear something, and it can be 4 or 5 months down the line, someone to come in and be like, I want that exact item. I don't have it anymore.
I don't have it anymore.
You have to come when she wears
Right
it.
when I post
Right
it.
when she posts
And they're
it.
like, could you please find it? No, ma'am. I don't go back. We only move forward.
And I think the
I
cool
like
thing
that.
is now my closet went from black and maybe some solids to now it's like 50% all colors and prints.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like the cool thing is it inspires people. So I'll be out in the streets of Dallas, just crossing the streets downtown, and people will stop me and be like, what you're wearing either made me happy, or where did you get that? And they're like in all black.
And one of my key rules for my store, which is in DeSoto, is that I don't carry a lot of black. Like my customers come in, oh, I'm looking for a simple black dress. You're at the wrong store.
Yeah.
Because I want you to catch the attention when you walk in the room. I want you to grab the air. Like when you walk in, I want oh my God, where did you get that from? And it happens because you incorporate little things like color, little things like an A-line as opposed to a mermaid. Like just a key little touch will make you stand out in any room that you walk in.
Well, you remind me so much of a designer I saw.
Oh, a designer.
Well, you are a designer, but you remind me of a designer that I met in Dallas at Italian Fashion Week, and this probably was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Stella Jean. She's amazing. She does all of these prints. But and to me, when I saw your stuff, that's why I was like, oh my gosh, because I loved it. And at the time, nobody was doing that. Was bringing all those great prints and then making them very modern, you know.
And then you see a lot of people who attempt to do it, but it's not what you're doing; it's how you do it.
Right.
You know, I can have one item that I can customize to anybody, as opposed to making you look cookie cutter or copycatish. I really take that extra step to give you a personal style experience with every customer, like literally. And they're like, oh, you're taking so much time because one, when you walk out of here, when you order from me, you're my brand. So any place you go, you're wearing the House of Deshay. So I have to make sure that you are A1 when you're in the House of Deshay.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that because now people recognize it when I wear it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll have one random like African print from someone else, and they're just like, "Is that House of Deshay? I love it." Not this time.
Yeah. And this year too, we feel it's sad too. Not this time. Not this time.
So, what was your inspiration? What inspired you to become a fashion designer?
Well, I've always loved fashion. I tell Leah when I was in high school, I actually had to do my own line. It was a project, and I sold. I did my own creations. But life took me away from it. You know, money took me away from it. I was making more money in mortgages and real estate that I lost focus on what I really love.
Yeah.
So when that ended for me, I said, I'm going to do what I love.
Yeah.
And I went back to fashion. I went back to cosmetics, which I own Deshay Cosmetics as well. Oh, awesome. And I also incorporated the whole clothing.
So you are a boss.
It's in my blood.
And it knows no bounds.
Yeah, there's no bounds.
Her brand because it doesn't look at color, doesn't look at, you know, whether you live in Highland Park, Frisco, or whatever. People, it's funny because they make a field trip. Like, oh, I told my husband I'm making a field trip down to DeSoto.
That's like the little hashtag, field trip down to DeSoto. It's like,
but she's bringing people together through her store. And it doesn't matter what race, color, belief, whatever. I feel like people, when fashion can bring people together.
Oh,
and
always.
That's what she's doing.
Always, from all different types of walks of life, color, religion, everything. I mean, even your show, one of your shows that you showed last week.
Yes.
You know, it was a very inclusive.
I love that.
Really cool. I was going to ask you, are you doing Austin Fashion Week?
We're still talking about it. I don't know.
You're still
You
talking
have
about
to
it.
tell me.
Okay.
Not this go around.
Not this, but you had before.
Yeah, I did it in October.
Okay, because our line Infinity with Leanne, we're doing it. That's what I was wondering if I was
be
seeing
there.
next weekend. Of course, Leah, I know you're going to be there because Leah's the one that kind of she's the one that connected us with Austin Fashion Week. She is a great connector. You gotta know this lady right here.
I won't make the Austin this time, but I am gonna do another one though.
Oh, cool. Well, I definitely want to be there because I love it. I'm scared to go to your store because I know I'm gonna be spending some money.
Yes.
Why?
Oh, because I'm a sucker for color and print and mix. I love all that.
When you
Jeanette's a master
when
at
you
that.
come in the store, most people say that it's not. You don't feel like you're at a store. You feel like you're pretty much in your closet.
Yes.
Or you're at home.
Oh, okay.
Because the environment is so relaxing. It's so honest and transparent. Like
It's honest.
It's very honest. Like I won't let you leave out of there if you look like a clown. Like you're not leaving. I'm like, no, this don't look good on you.
Right.
We gotta do something else. So
Right.
a lot of people love walking in because it's that honesty and they're like, oh, you really care. You really have an investment in how I look. And I do, because you're investing in a piece that you're going to have.
Right.
You know, it's not just a piece of sweater or clothing. It's an investment into your closet.
Right.
So, you're going to have fun when you come in my store.
Oh, I love it.
Depending on when you come, you might get some wine. You might get some vodka.
Oh.
It just
We
depends.
love
It just depends.
Don't fall for it, Jeanette. You know how that works.
I know.
Drinky, drinky, swipey, swipey. Husbands.
That means more vodka.
Girl, I know when I had my store in LA, we used to have girls' night out, and we get 6 or 8 women in there, and some of y'all know because y'all are my Facebook friends. Whoa, and we would just, everybody started trying on stuff. Oh, nuh-uh, girl, take that off, or put this on, or I love that. Here, let me get your It was crazy, and we'd have a great time, but everybody walk in there a lot poorer. Yeah, walk out a lot poorer. So I understand that. That's awesome. That is so awesome.
I like my little the subtle location. I love the community. I love my customers that come in. I feel like I have a bond with them. If like we had a couple of deaths with some of our clientele, like some flowers to the service. You know, I really feel like they're my family. Yeah. So I really appreciate just them servicing me or giving me the opportunity to help them.
Well, and also like as far as like you have a brick and mortar, you have a store, you have online, and you're a designer. Now, normally only people do one of those things because let me tell you, I had my own store. I was a designer, and it's like it's a lot. I had to stop designing because I had to focus on the store.
I try to do a design.
How do you do
every 3 months or so.
Okay.
So I don't have it, and once it's gone, it's gone. Okay. So I try to do, and if I don't do every 3 months, at least try to do once a year. But I try to incorporate my House of Deshae label in the store at least once a year because it can be overwhelming. It
was extremely overwhelming.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
Wow.
But the next show that I do, that I want to have all of my private line in there and not just designs that I select. So I do want to do a full show with all of the House of Deshae designs.
I love it. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yay, so much to look forward to.
I know.
Fashion show.
I love it.
Yes.
Designing.
Yes.
Well, I'm so thankful you came on today. And
oh, thank you.
Leah, I've been meaning to meet you anyway. So
yes, we friends now. You don't even know.
I'm coming. I'm coming. When I get my tax return check.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, she's used to that. That's fine.
I'm so used to that.
She's fine.
Well, right now, ladies, we're going to do some hot topics.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay.
We're so ready.
So we were talking about the Jussie
Smollett.
That whole controversy, which was horrible. He got off a plane, he went to get something to eat, and he got attacked. Allegedly got attacked, and now things are coming up. So what do you guys think about that?
I think, I'm from Chicago, let me just say this.
Oh, she's from Chicago.
And where I grew up, you just don't trust the police. You just don't.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen certain things in my own experience where, like, they're saying that he didn't want to give up his phone. I wouldn't have given him my phone either, and I'm not even famous.
Oh, I wouldn't give up my phone. Period.
I wouldn't have given him my phone. I mean, you could, if you wanted to pull my records or whatever, you could easily pull my records without my phone.
Right.
And just because he doesn't give up his phone doesn't mean that he's lying.
Right.
And nobody has ever been in a situation where they have been attacked where they were saying, well, he went home with the noose around his neck. Maybe he was in shock, and he just wanted.
That's horrible. I can't imagine that.
Maybe he was in shock or had a delayed effect on what happened to him. Do I believe he was lying? No. Do I fault him for not giving his information to the police? No, because I wouldn't. I'm telling you, they would have to fight me to get my phone. So no, I truly believe his story, and I don't know I can understand why the police would try to make a scandal, though, because they always do that.
Well, but I read a report yesterday that they said that, no, this is real. It's not fabricated. They were saying that it wasn't fabricated, and they're still investigating it. It was just some other people. What about you, Leah?
I just think from the legal perspective, the problem is that there's so much circumstantial evidence. So it's like there's nothing concrete. So they're like, okay, we scanned all the area video cameras that were in place, and there's even hidden cameras.
Yes.
And they can't pull anything up, you know. Okay. But his manager said, yeah, he came to me or he called me or whatever the situation was right after this happened, and he did have the noose and all this other stuff. But there's nothing to link this to this to this to this
just
to that.
As far as technical, factual
all the evidence. That's the problem.
Yes.
Here's the problem with that. Okay. So in Chicago, everybody knows that their crime rate is very high, right? And if they had the ability to do all the stuff that they saying that they doing, so many different crimes will be solved today. They say, oh, we pulled the camera from, and mind you, cameras are literally on every block almost in Chicago. Every block, not just at the traffic light. They're literally inside neighborhoods, hanging on the corner. So it might have been too dark. It might have been blurry. And maybe they can, if I can understand if they can't see it, but they can't prove nothing because they got to. Trust me.
Didn't he, I mean, wasn't he was beaten?
Yeah,
Didn't
he was
go
beaten.
to the hospital?
There was 2 people they said that they saw on camera, maybe.
But didn't he go to the hospital with injuries?
He went later.
He went later.
He went later.
He went home first and like called a couple of people, and then he took himself to the hospital later.
But if you look at it, he's famous. You don't like.
Well,
he
and no
wouldn't
offense,
do the same thing we would do. I know.
You know, anything like that. I mean, I know I've been in shock just over things that were maybe 1/1,000,000th of that. So I can't imagine how you would be, and you're just not thinking straight, you know?
Exactly.
So really, until they, you know, get to the bottom of it, I don't know why everybody thinks that. I don't know. I just don't understand.
It's the media too, the words they're using, apparent attack. I saw that on People yesterday, and I was like, come on, that's not cool.
We can never know what someone's gonna do if we're not in their shoes. You understand what I'm saying? Like if it didn't
totally
happen to
agree.
us at that time and that place, the X factor is we never know how someone else is gonna handle
We don't.
a situation.
You don't.
We don't know how we're gonna
And
handle
when
it. We
people
can say
are in
it.
shock,
you
they
just don't
do
know.
the craziest stuff. You
Yeah.
know? Well, you know, Laura.
Me.
I mean, you know, from being a lawyer, you know, it's like.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, I jumped out of my car and parked it in the middle of downtown because I saw a woman getting attacked
In broad daylight.
In broad daylight, and
I
I
saw that.
just
That was
lost it. I was
crazy.
on the phone, and I got out, and I was trying to get his arm from around her neck. But like you said, when you're in shock or things are happening so fast, you're not thinking things through. So I'm trying to get his arm from around her neck, but calling the police on, you know, the other side, and everybody's like, Leah, why did you do that? You could have gotten stabbed. Something could have happened to you. And I'm like, you don't think clearly when danger is, you know, you do things out
You're
of
in
whack.
that fight or flight kind of
Yeah.
thing where it's like you're just
And you're
gone.
just like-
You're on autopilot. It's
And
like
not
you're
enough
even-
training is going to get you through whatever when it happens.
Yeah. Speaking of someone's arm around their neck,
Great transition.
Great transition.
Where are we going with this?
Is that how you felt about some of the bloggers at Fashion Week?
Oh my gosh! So let's turn this into a more gossipy tea. This is the real fried tea. You know, so years ago, and Jeanette, you know, like how the shows used to be. When you think like Bryant Park, the tents, all that, and
Lincoln Center,
and all that. Fashion Week was generally reserved for press, editors, buyers, the very high elite.
People
in the
that made their
industry.
living in the fashion business, period. Point blank, you weren't invited.
Right.
Yeah.
You weren't invited. And so
And media, people that were in media.
Yeah. And then they changed it to, because bloggers came onto the scene, they were filming things, and people were getting quick access to all the lines. And so then that changed the whole industry to buy now, see now. You see it on the runway, you should be able to buy it. And I used to fight so hard for the fashion bloggers until this past Fashion Week when I went and it was a circus. It was a zoo. I literally saw bloggers running out in the middle of oncoming New York City taxi traffic to get the shot. And there was a part of me that was like, I don't want to be the witness to this. I don't want to be the witness to this.
Wow.
Because you want a couple of hundred likes on Instagram.
And New York drivers are nuts.
That's
like
crazy.
they will hit you. They will hit you.
Oh yeah, and you were telling me also like you're there at a show to see what the designer created. Okay, let's just really strip it down.
I get real upset.
This is their show. We want to see what they created. It's about them and their collection.
I wish I had my shades on right now because
So-
it's very much like,
And
Give it life. Give it shade.
and pretend these are glasses and they sit there and they're like, and then they're taking selfies and pictures of themselves as the designs are going down the runway, and I'm like, forget the designer that just spent all their blood, sweat, and tears to this
Tears,
collection
yep.
that maybe needs you to post that, you know,
Yeah.
but you're posting yourself on the front row because now you made Fashion Week about you versus it actually being about the designers in the
design
industry.
and celebrating the creativity, celebrating the artistry of design.
No.
I mean, we got to get back to that. It's just, but the
But
thing
how
is,
do you get back to
well,
that?
that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm in recovery.
Ban 'em
I
all!
always talk about, okay, this is the problem, but let's live in the solution.
Yeah.
So then what can we do? I mean, other than talk about it, which is what we're doing. You got to talk about it.
I think
and not accept
it's up to the designers to really change
And
that.
their publicists.
And their publicists on who they allow to come or invite to come to. Like, you just don't need bodies in the seat. You need people who can actually highlight and showcase what you're putting out there. So bloggers may not be it's an okay way to go, but a lot of bloggers, I'm just being honest, they lie about their stats, they lie about who they write for, who they represent just to get in, and then you don't get a result. So until you see something proven and something, a record of a good history with them doing a show, then that's who you invite. You just don't invite a blogger because they show you a stat that they can't even, that don't hold weight. Like if you scratch the surface, it's nothing there. It's a lot of that. Oh my God, it's a lot of that. And they think it's okay. Oh, I made it to New York Fashion Week, but what did you do? You didn't report on anything. You didn't highlight any designs.
They reported on themselves. What are you talking about? They highlighted what they were wearing. What are you talking about? They did their job.
Well, they at Lincoln Center, all the wannabes, the posers, I would say, they would stand outside of Lincoln Center, and they would pose. They would just try to get people's attention, but they can't get in because they didn't have a ticket.
Yeah.
You can only get in if
That
you
was
had
my
a
favorite
ticket.
part.
Yeah, but it was so funny to watch everybody because they just wanted to be someone. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be somebody.
Well,
Okay?
no,
There
and
isn't.
I disagree. Because sometimes, I really do. Sometimes you can want to be somebody that you're never going to be, and you get caught up in that hope and that dream, and you end up living in, like, fictional world, and everybody else is living in reality, and you looking like, baby, you need to come back to reality. Sometimes it turns into a lie instead of a hope.
It does, but you know what? Everybody has to go through it. And that maybe that's part of their journey. You know, it's
That's
like
true.
It might be part of their journey where they have to go up and believe all of the hype and then go, wait a minute, this isn't me. I can't do this. I can't get this up. But I think it's really, really important to talk about it and quit giving it so much power. You know, because when we give things power in our lives, that's when
it takes press. It moves. It
and,
grows.
And the thing is that, like, I love that you're talking about it. Everyone loved how raw and real you were and are, period. And you're so intelligent. You report on things. You have a great fashion sense, but you're the real deal.
Very honest.
Trust me, you stand out.
Yeah, I left the show and there was one that was fantastic because it was the Chinese New Year. So all the Chinese designers had all this crazy like dragons and stuff. And here I am. I got an excellent seat at the show. They gave us a gift. So it was like my first time. And that was the one show I had on like my snow boots and my I don't give a crap outfit on. And they were like, you can move to the front. I was like, no, I think I will stay here on the second row. But thank you. It was so embarrassing. But after I left, I'd say on like Twitter or something, from today's, set of shows, here are my standout designers or independent designers to watch. And then the very next day, Elle and I saw Harper's Bazaar literally choose the same exact designers that I had picked from the day of going through the shows.
Well, because we're not alone in this. I mean, I read The Cut. I can't remember what, she's a really famous fashion columnist, but I read The Cut and she talked about that. It's not that, nothing, it's stagnant.
Yeah.
And these are the specific that are exciting and things that are going on. And, us old fashioned people, we're like, we want it back, but I think it's, we always need to talk about it, have the conversation, keep doing what you're doing.
This is a good conversation because I get invited to do New York Fashion Week quite often. And I'm always asking Leah, like, no, I ain't doing it. I'll be like, I'm not doing it because I don't know what I'm walking into or what to expect. So having this conversation gives me the baby steps to look at it a little bit further.
Oh, for sure.
Some organizers will have your back, and then having the right publicist to have that conversation with them, I think helps that situation out. But if you have people that are more motivated by filling the seats and
you have to say, what is my expectation? Why would I go to New York? What do I want out of this other than hype? Hype don't pay bills.
Surely don't.
So it's like, what am I thinking of? And that's what I try to do now. It's like, what is the expectation? What am I trying to achieve here? Because for years people just come, Jeanette, we want you this, and I just go around doing everything they want to do, and I realize how unhappy I was. And it's like, no, I've got to be intentional intentional about why I do things. And I think it's good that you haven't, to be honest.
Yeah. I truly, every time I get it, I get a couple, and I'll say, no, I'll go over, like, I just don't see, if I don't see what I'm walking into, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably not going to.
So I have one more question real quickly, because we don't have much time. But what was your favorite Valentine's that you ever got?
Oh, you finna laugh at me. Well, Kiana don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Why not?
We need church. Okay, so her husband, I won't say his government name, but I always say I'm gonna have a shirt
Team
on that
Charles.
says Free Charles.
Yeah, Free
Hashtag
Charles.
Free Charles.
Well,
Free him,
honestly,
Jesus.
I haven't celebrated Valentine's Day since my freshman year. I just don't. It's no. I'm not.
So you're a realist.
Yeah,
you say I need to be loving every day.
Oh, that's what I tell Leah. My husband loves me every single day. He buys me gifts randomly. We go out on date nights on our anniversary every 22nd. I'm loved abundantly. So for one day out of the year, I don't celebrate that. We had this conversation yesterday. My customer was coming in. What you doing tonight? Nothing. Nothing.
What about you, Leah?
I did get one Valentine's Day gift.
Yes.
So I'll have to, since I did, before I stopped, I had some Hush Puppy boots. So that's it.
I love it.
That's
I love Hush Puppy birds.
And I got bare feet, so they were perfect.
What about you, Leah?
So yes, I did. I had a special Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I just got back yesterday from New York, and then my birthday was the week before.
On the 6th.
On the 6th. So thank you. Married 36 to me. But a very special someone made me dinner and got me a lot of gifts, and it just made me feel really special, like I was thought of.
Yes.
So it was a lot of food and just very little thoughtful gifts that made me know that the person listens to me and hears me out. It's like, oh, these are her favorite things. And I've never had like a real Valentine since high school.
Wow.
Or I've never had someone give me like birthday gifts or gifts in general. So this is very
new for me. Valentine's Day attention. So this was very special.
Well, I felt like it was a combo. I felt like it was birthday Valentine's.
Yeah, but still, it's so important, to get those kind of gifts. I remember one year when I was in the 6th grade, I think, a guy gave me a rock and he wrote my name on it and a heart around it.
That was cute for 6th grade. It was creative.
It was creative.
It was a paperweight.
I'm like, you need to get some game, boy. That's not gonna work. But
and he's still suffering to this day.
He's still suffering.
But anyway, well, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Share yours.
Yes, my rock.
Oh yeah, a rock.
Oh, you mean this year?
I was like, Bruce got you a rock.
Oh,
we're like, Bruce needs to be smacked for a rock.
Well, let's see. What did
Bruce said? I married you, baby.
Yeah, we just got off a huge wedding, but he always gives me flowers, and he got me this gorgeous orchid. It's a purple deep velvet orchid, and I love orchids, and I love purple, and I love velvet, and I love him.
Oh, okay, nothing going on.
But anyway, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We're so excited that you did. Make sure you share it, talk about it. Go to the website, go to Leah's website, go to House of Deshay. Yeah. And guys, join us next Friday. Well, we might not be here next Friday because I have a fashion show in Austin. Okay, but I'll tell you what day we're going to be live next week. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Love you.